What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, I had some quotes from today's media availability right before practice. This video will go up right beforehand when we talk about the injuries coming into this next week against the Commanders. But I think that there were a couple of quotes that really came into play today that could really, it holds to you. You have a wonder on some of the things that were going on and things of that nature. Um, but I do want to kind of talk a little bit about some of the things that have been said today in regards to Sam Ellinger being the new quarterback and Matt Ryan taking availability, things of that nature. So shout out to the guys, the local media people, Stephen Holder, Zach Kiefer, Nate Atkins, and all the rest of everyone who is covering this that allows us to be able to see what's going on. Some of the things that were being reported today, Frank Reich, when talking about the season, stated that he's not waving the white flag, said that's not in our DNA and that's not in my DNA, and I would never do that in a million years. It's kind of a weird, I understand some people will probably say like, oh, well, you're putting Sam Ellinger. I wonder if that's because, that's not what Frank Reich wanted to do, was put Sam Ellinger in there. I'm not 100% sure, but take with that as you wish. But again, the Colts saying that, they are not going to tank. They're not going to, give up. They're going to go out there every week and continue to try to win, and that they're just going to hope for the best. That's kind of what I would expect. So Matt Ryan came into the locker room today as well to speak. And you got to imagine that right after this news being reported, this has to have been a really difficult time for Matt Ryan in regards to the situation at hand. The first time he's ever been benched in the NFL. And, they said that his professionalism was on full display in this. Said that first Colts player, he was first Colts player there. And he was being very professional about how he was handling this. Said, I love Sam, and he's been awesome since the day I got here. Said, my job shifts now. Now I got to do everything I can to help him. He's going to do great for us. He said, of course, from a professional standpoint, the situation he's in right now, it's very disappointing for him. But he said he's fully dedicated to trying to make this team better in any way possible. And if that means just being a teacher or a helper for Sam Ellinger, then that's what he's going to do. So total pro move by Matt Ryan. Certainly gives you the understanding that, man, it stinks that he's in this position right now. And I know that they even asked before, and they asked him, do you feel like they did enough to make the offense work? And Matt Ryan came in and he said, coming in, I thought we had enough. You don't know how things are going to shake out till he goes out there. And said, I would have liked to have played a lot better. Said, I appreciate everybody taking ownership, and I've tried to do that myself as well. So again, just being in that situation, I respect Matt Ryan a whole hell of a lot. We can say whatever we want about his play, and he's just as much as fault. He has certainly fault with what's going on with this offense. But I mean, the leadership and the man that he is truly remarkable, to say the least, when it comes to the character of him. I thought the most, and we'll get into Sam Ellinger, what he said in a minute, but then let's kind of get into this real quick, because it was a very interesting quote from Ryan Kelly today. And it was very interesting. So Zach Kiefer tweeted here saying, some candor from Colts center Ryan Kelly, who's been through 8 starting quarterbacks now since being drafted in 2016, on Matt Ryan, and said, I love the guy. I've said this however many, 8 times now, said, I get close with all these guys. It sucks, man. It is what it is. And they asked him, like, was he surprised by the move? And said, I think everybody's got their own opinions about it. I'm not going to get into mine, but yeah, certainly I think there's a little bit of surprise. So, you know, I don't really know where to approach this comment, because I'm sure he didn't want Matt Ryan to be benched. I'm sure of it. And I think that all of the offensive linemen probably are thinking, is that on us? And, you know, for the most part, it kind of is. You know, the offensive line has not done good at all this year. And this is the highest paid unit in the league. And they haven't performed even remotely close to what we were expecting. And I'm sure in a way he probably feels like him and the O-line probably let Matt Ryan down. A lot of the reason why Matt Ryan's no longer the starting quarterback for this team is because of them. And that's probably what it is. It probably is some anger towards himself and towards other guys for, you know, allowing this to happen, because it primarily happened because of them, you know. And I mean, if he's saying it is in like, I don't understand why they're benching him, then, I mean, like I just said, take a look in the mirror, man. Like, you guys are the ones that are putting him on his butt 25 times this season in 7 games. I mean, that's your fault. Obviously, Matt Ryan hasn't really done himself any favors either, but you guys haven't made it any easier for him. So, you know, very odd quote there from Ryan Kelly. We'll have to see if there's something about that changes. But going into the Sam Ehlinger news, they talked with him today. He was one of the biggest guys to talk to about today. New Colts quarterback Sam Ehlinger stating, always prepared to be a starter, regardless of when the opportunity was going to come. I was going to be ready, and that's alleviated a lot of the stress. I mean, I can't imagine if I were preparing the way I was, and it's like, hey, you're up. And they asked him about, you know, Matt Ryan and Nick Foles, what kind of help they have been over the last few months in getting him ready for now what is about to be his new role. And he said, really, it's like an education I can't pay for, you know, being in a group where Matt Ryan's been in the league for so many years and understands that spot. And then Nick Foles, who, you know, is in the same position that Sam Ehlinger was in when he made his first Super Bowl run. You know, your number's called, time to come step in, and you win a freaking championship, right? Like, that's the sort of situation. So being able to understand that situation and pick his brain, saying it's great to have that. And when asked about the quarterbacks were told by the move, Ryan told Ehlinger, I've got your back no matter what happens. So again, Matt Ryan being a fantastic teammate and a fantastic person. So let me know what you guys think of some of these quotes. Some very interesting ones, obviously. We saw Ryan Kelly be seemingly kind of a little upset with what's been going on. Frank Reich saying nothing's being thrown into the towel right now. Ehlinger prepared to take on, and Matt Ryan ready to prepare Ehlinger in every way possible that they can. Let me know your thoughts on these comments, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, guys, go Colts.